So
you don't know if you don't know.
when you say no gang violence, does that mean the content in the music, or like you can't break out into a gang fight in the studio, or both?
I mean, that's both. But yeah.
But you mean the content?
The content of the music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You gotta have rules.
Yep. Defendant, can you give your appearance, please?
Yes, Michael Scala for defendants. And now we wait.
All right, so it's something that the court noticed when reviewing the papers, and something that Mr. Scala, as defendant's counsel, brought up in his papers, is that there's no affirmation, support, or even a memorandum of law attached to your papers.
Okay, could I amend that to include it?
All right, Mr. Scala.
We do object. Mr. had time to do so. I would also note that the motion is premature because no answer was filed, and there's strict law in New York that a summary judgment motion cannot be filed pre-joinder.
Mr. Do you want to withdraw without prejudice?
I'll withdraw without prejudice.
All right, there's nothing else the court needs to do then if the motion is going to be withdrawn, so just make sure to file that. And I hope you all have a nice day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
I hold Anthony Weiner's political comeback in my hands. See if we can get him on the ballot for city council here in Manhattan.
Hello.
Hi, Anthony. It's Mike Scala downstairs with your petitions.
All right, I'll meet you down in the lobby. I'll be right down.
All right, sounds good. Listen, he served his time. He deserves a chance to be on the ballot, and I deserve a lobster roll from Cousin's Maine Lobster. So I just put in my membership dues for the Our Neighbors Civic Association of Ozone Park this year, and the outgoing president gave me a call. I know tonight they're going to nominate officers for the board for the upcoming year.
Hey, Mike, it's Joe Caruana. I got your dues payment for Anka. We have a meeting tonight. Please try to come down and maybe somebody will nominate you. All right, take care.
Well, I do appreciate that, but I don't think I have the capacity to serve on this board at this moment.
Okay, so 5 positions: president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and sergeant of arms. Okay? So first, I will open nominations for president.
I nominate Jeremy Picaria.
You nominate?
Jeremy Picaria.
Okay.
I second that.
We can verify her membership?
Yeah, Jeremy is a member. Jeremy Vicario.
And this lady's
Yes.
Okay.
So the person doing the nomination does not have to be a member, but the person nominated must be a member.
Okay, and do we have a second for that nomination?
I second that.
Okay, second. Okay, so we have our first nomination for president. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do we have any other nomination for president? Any other nominations for president?
I nominate Mr. Joseph Caruana.
I respectfully decline.
Thank you for contacting the personal cell phone number of Assembly Member Khalil Anderson. Kindly leave a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Stay safe and be well.
Khalil Anderson. To accept, press.
What's up, Khalil?
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going through Cross Bay, so I might cut off in a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on Cross Bay as well. You're down Broad Channel?
Get out of here. Oh, to what? Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm going into Ozone Park though. So we're on the other side.
Oh, you're going the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I spoke to Stacy today. I wanted to just update you.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should have talked to her. I should have. I mean, I don't know. I felt it was safe to but I didn't want to, trouble any waters. But she said she's fine with, getting some extra help and support. So,
Okay.
I told William to connect with Rick tomorrow or Monday, so that he could draft a letter. We could circulate it again.
Okay.
And try to get more signatures. We don't know how long this budget's going to be open.
Yeah.
There's some major sticking points. So the letter will get in and it'll say received and everything else, but there's no telling what's going to come out of the back end.
Sure.
And she's carrying, just like I am, she's carrying a heavy ass, this session.
Yeah.
So that's why she's, but she's carrying a heavy ask and, adding more to it could.
Sure.
So,
but the 100,000 is a pretty small addition to that, right?
Yeah, but these people,
No, I know.
count as numbers.
Yeah, exactly. They just look at it as things, items. Yeah.
Right. So I'm happy if Rick, I told William to reach out to Rick, William from my staff, reach out to draft a letter, and we'll circulate it again, and it'll be from me and her.
Okay.
And we'll push it.
Okay.
With her.
Okay. If you need me to take a day and go up to Albany to whip some votes, also let me know. Yeah, because I got no problem walking office to office and saying, hey, give me a signature.
If we, and I thank you for that. If we are hitting a rock by Wednesday, then we'll ask it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't want you to make the trip.
Right. Yeah. If we got them, we got them. So, all right. That sounds good. So I appreciate. I appreciate that. And
put it in.
I'll give Rick the heads up as well.
Yeah. William should be calling him tomorrow.
Okay.
Monday the latest. But if you get to him before William does, just you can start drafting the letter.
Right.
It should go to the speaker.
To the speaker.
It should go to the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, to the speaker. And then we all sign, or we the undersigned, blah blah blah.
Right.
This type of thing.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be similar language as the last one, right?
Right, that's what I was going to say. In fact, you could just mimic the language that Stacey put out.
Right. Okay.
This is my first time seeing my bed in 10 days. I'm excited. I can't wait to get home.
Oh, man. I hear you. Get some rest.
Yeah, we
yeah.
Straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight through. And, only for nothing to happen. Like we stayed last weekend, only for nothing to happen.
No real progress?
So, no.
Oh, man.
Locked in on Discovery.
Yeah.
And locked in on a couple other things, including funding the MTA. Now we have to pay for the capital plan.
Right.
Like a thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to the Mets home opener tomorrow, so that should be fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time is the game?
3 o'clock.
What time is the game? Oh, 3 o'clock?
3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Early afternoon game.
Yeah. But I get there early because, it's the first day, so they can have different ceremonies and all. Old school Mets throwing out the first pitch.
Are you taking the train or are you driving?
No, I drive. It's like half an hour. Parking's good there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but, yeah.
We'll keep me in the loop.
All right. Get some rest, and I'll hit Rick up as well. And then I guess tomorrow he'll talk to William. We'll go from there.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks,
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, peace.
So we're in a fight to get funding for the QueensLink into the state budget. The Senate one house has it included. We're obviously trying to get it into the Assembly one house so that they can come together and hopefully get into the final budget that's passed. So let's call Rick because we've been going back and forth trying to get the assembly members to advocate for this. We have a plan now.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Rick. Khalil just called me back. I have an update for you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
So he spoke with Stacy today, and she said that she's totally fine with them co-writing a letter or circulating a letter with both their names on it. So apparently William from Khalil's office is supposed to call you tomorrow to work on that. But essentially it's going to be the same letter as Stacy's original letter, but it's going to come from Stacy as well as Khalil, and it will be addressed to the speaker. And together they're going to go and try to get the signatures from everyone who has QueensLink in their district.
Okay, that is great. I think that was what was necessary. Is just
I think
for the
so.
two of them to get on the same page
To get together. Yep.
And it would.
Yep.
And it wouldn't happen without you laying the groundwork. So thank you for doing that.
No, absolutely.
If I don't hear from William by noon tomorrow, I'm going to text him.
Okay.
And see if we can get that letter done sooner rather than later.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
Well, this was the best phone call of the week for me, Mike.
Well, Jeremy Bucaria is the incoming president of the Our Neighbors Civic Association of Ozone Park, and he wants to meet with me along with Carl Pereira of the Civic Association, who is a longtime transportation advocate. What's up? Like the jacket, is that new?
But no, I had it last season.
Okay. One of the things that I would like to do is have QueensLink come present to Our Neighbors.
I think that, you know, when it's presented with all the green space and all the things that, it's not just transportation, it sounds really good. I want information presented to the civic, you know, and then we'll have to spread the word and get some signatures, get some boots on the ground, get some traction by working with other civics, you know, like that it's going to affect, you know, so work with all the civics in Queens, work down the line, you know, shoulder to shoulder, raise our voices, and the electeds, you know.
There's too much division, even in Ozone Park. If we can come together on issues, that'd be nice, right? I don't know if that's being naive, if that's not possible, but I mean, if we can all think about, you know, we can put differences aside for the sake of the common good. If we all want something like the Queens, why not have the foresight to know that we need to be stronger collectively? If we keep fighting amongst each other, we'll never do anything. I did want to talk about my experience this past weekend because there's a great Little League. It's called Works Little League, and it's run by Walter Charlie Assant, who's a great local leader. He's part of the Kiwanis. I think it's really cool. And I got to throw out the first pitch, which I was very honored to do, right? Throw out the first pitch at this Little League game. I gotta say it was a strike. If you look at the video, the catcher drops the ball. When I first threw it, I was like, man, did I mess up? Did I bounce the ball? No, it actually was a very well thrown strike.
All right, if you guys don't mind, it'll be great.
No, thank you, Walter. Thank you, everybody.
Guys,
thank you, everybody. Boris, who's gonna catch? Alex.
You guys, Brandon, Logan, move over. Brandon, come here, come here. There you go.
Ready, Alex?
Ready? Hold on. Ready?
It's in a while.
You ready?
First pitch. First pitch. All right. First pitch.
Do we all have to move out of the way?
I think we're all right. Ready? Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, have a great job.
Yay! Thank you.
And Scala with the pitch. Oh, wow, that's a strike.
So we're here at the recording studio at Queens Defenders, which I understand took a bit of time to build, and it's finally put together nicely. And I have recently joined the board of directors here at Queens Defenders, so I wanted to check out the facilities, of course, the recording studio being a part of it. And I'm here with Malik Sanders, who works at Queens Defenders, as well as Paul. What's your last name?
Scrivain.
Scrivain.
Yeah.
And you are the engineer?
I am.
Okay. So yeah, tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
So I'm actually going to lean on Paul for most of that. There's a top of the line studio here where we're starting to work with our young folks on training them, not just to come in and make a song, but on how to actually engineer behind the scenes and work on sound design even. So I'll leave all the technical terms to you, but that's the gist, and it's here on Jamaica Avenue for community good to help Queens.
Yeah, I've seen people go from not being personal, like not believing they have any musical talent, to sitting on the desk and working. And I think there's a lot of intangibles like that that are also a huge part here. I have like one-on-one conversations about life stuff with the people here, and it's like that's just as important as learning how to play the piano.
Sure. Yeah. And so it isn't even just all recording that you're teaching them, but also behind the boards skills as well, right?
Yeah. And how to handle pressure.
Yeah, that's important.
Stress.
Right.
How to, not throw your hands up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're engineering for artists, you're gonna have to take a couple deep breaths. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this really is a nice state-of-the-art studio, as you can see here.
It's a full Atmos layout, which is 13 speakers. It's the same thing that they use for, most films these days. So you can, in here we can do, basic music, or we can do a whole film score,
Yeah.
We have all the equipment to do that.
You got the booth over there, nice and soundproofed and everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I also was one of the people that built this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was. I didn't design it. I just helped build it.
Oh, okay.
And how long did it take to build?
Like a year and a half.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Because I remember it started. Like my first day here was on my 40th birthday. Like 2 years ago.
And we're the same age.
It's more than a studio. I feel like it's more than a studio.
I agree.
Really a important part of keeping people in risky situations out of them.
Right. Absolutely.
Tapping your passion is learning a skill and a
Yeah.
trade as well.
Yeah.
You could take this and, like you said, movie soundtracks, commercials, everyone's working on music videos.
Right.
Podcasts. There's a lot of podcasting going on nowadays.
Sure.
You need someone who knows how to work the audio.
Content creation, right, is the buzz term. Yeah.
So there's a lot that you can do taking the skills that you learn.
Absolutely.
So it's not, I know a lot of people think, oh, everyone's trying to be a rapper and a singer. That is, there is obviously value in that. There's also value in learning how to do the behind the scenes to make these things possible.
Right. And that's the lore, right? There's the lore of the recording studio. It's like, oh, I want to be involved in that. But then you come to a place like this and you see how involved it is, and you can see how many skills you can really learn here.
Yeah, maybe you lean more towards this aspect over that aspect.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you never know unless you're exposed to these things.
Exactly.